Well, we're going to talk about Unrivaled. My goodness, Angel Reese did things last night I'm not sure we've ever seen on a basketball court. And maybe not in a real super duper positive way? Question mark? I mean...
The unmatched league crowd went silent, then erupted in shock as Angel Reese walked back on defense. Her eyes were burning with frustration after 7 turnovers that were already noted on the stat sheet, a missed layup that made her opponents doubt her ability to finish, and now Napheesa Collier, her quickly rising rival, was standing over her, speaking directly to her after she had sunk what would turn out to be the game-winning shot.
Sykes took a fall.
Now watch her. She's going to start barking. Right there. She's got it, boy.
That's just how dramatic Rose BC and Lunar Owl's recent showdown was, and we're going into all of it in this video.
But let's check this out. The Lunar Owls crushed the Rose BC, and Angel, well, she did some rather interesting things on the court.
Yes, that's correct. I'm not referring to a clever play where someone purposefully throws the ball off the backboard. Rather, I'm talking about a real error that would cause your high school coach to bench you right away. Angel Reese just gave us exactly that in what may be the most embarrassing play in professional basketball this season. Have you ever seen a professional basketball player rebound their own pass?
Angel Reese, I think, put together a new collection of lowlights last night. And guys, a couple of these, one of these is an all-timer. I mean, it's on a different level.
When Angel Reese threw a pass straight into the backboard and then caught her own rebound during a pivotal play in the Elite League, she committed a basketball cardinal sin that stunned the crowd.
I saw this and was like, this can't be real.
They're firing. She loves it. They're firing. She loves it. They're firing. She loves it.
Everyone was shocked by this fundamental error, which was similar to watching a concert pianist hit all the wrong keys during their signature piece. Angel Reese, who is regarded as one of the best players in the women's game, made the mistake, which is usually fixed in middle school basketball camps.
Guys, I can't tell you the last time I saw that actually happen in a game. I don't know, elementary school basketball? I'm like, I kid you not, elementary school basketball, I think is maybe the last time I actually saw that happen where somebody threw the ball directly into the back of a backboard.
The timing could not have been more unfortunate. As the pressure mounted, and Angel Reese's squad was already having trouble against Napheesa Collier's Lunar Owls, her game completely collapsed at the most inconvenient time during a crucial possession.
I mean, yeah, she fared, I mean, statistically fared well last night, but, I mean, got crushed, got destroyed really and truly.
Even in recreational leagues, players know you can't pass to yourself. But here was a WNBA star making a basic error that went against Basketball 101. The crowd's response said it all. There was an unsettling silence for a moment. Thousands of fans collectively wondering if that really just happened, followed by gasps and murmurs as reality set in. The moment was flawlessly recorded on the replay. Angel's face froze in bewilderment as she looked about, as if to check if what she had just done was legal. Her teammate Stood was still probably in shock, and commentators wasted no time in calling it one of the greatest fundamental mistakes ever witnessed at the professional level on social media.
In professional basketball, I don't think I've ever seen the I'm going to throw it directly into the backboard, come out from under it into the paint, rebound it, and then look around and wonder why everybody's like, that ain't how, you can't do that. Okay? That's not a thing, Angel. Wow.
However, this wasn't just one poor play. Angel appeared overpowered the entire time, pressing shots, making snap decisions, and becoming more and more anxious to challenge Napheesa's supremacy. The self-pass was just the most obvious instance of a player losing their mind under duress.
Check this out. I mean, wow. Boy, I mean, just ate up with class out there on the basketball court.
The player whose composure was rapidly eroding as she faced a skilled defender who simply wouldn't back down was exposed during a heated moment where her shots were constantly disputed. Fans quickly took to social media to criticize Angel for using dirty tactics when her basketball abilities weren't producing the desired results. It's the type of desperation move players make when their game isn't good enough to compete with superiors and they're mentally collapsing.
To be fair, she's not used to making layups. I'd be hyped too.
While well-known players like AEL Wilson routinely complete these high-percent opportunities, Angel missed a wide-open layup that any professional should convert instinctively, further exposing her mental state. One commenter completely demolished Angel, under pressure, and since she isn't used to making excuses, I would also be upset.
Here we go. One more time. Here we go. Oh, God. Guys, she created a whole new lowlights package in one damn game last night.
There was a lot of drama in the Rose BC versus Lunar Owl game, but can you think of a more devastating criticism of a professional basketball player that would be equivalent to claiming a professional cook can't boil water?
Things got a little spicy and Unrivaled, which you gotta love to see, especially when it's between Angel Reese and Queen Fee. Napheesa Collier and Reese got into it a little bit, in the midst of a game between the Lunar Owls and Rose BC, and when Collier hit the game winner, she had something to say in Angel's direction.
Since the beginning of the Unmatched League, Angel Reese and Napheesa Collier have been rivals, but following Napheesa's game-winning basket, she did something strange.
The jawing wasn't picked up by microphones and was clearly in the spirit of competitive fire. But let's just say, for all the points that Collier is averaging in Unrivaled, she seemed to savor those two quite a bit. They'd gone back and forth a little bit, Collier and Reese, throughout the game. And of course, the Rose BC was the only team to beat Collier's Owls this season. That was the game that Reese did the hootie hoo afterwards. And like I said, back and forth in this one. But I think basketball fans are going to be thrilled to see that fight on display.
Have you ever witnessed what happens when a normally quiet superstar reaches her breaking point? That's exactly what happened to basketball fans when Napheesa Collier, who is usually known for her reserved demeanor, revealed an entirely new side of herself after slamming the game-winning shot directly into Angel Reese's face.
Reese and Collier, like a reach in there from Reese. A little bit of a shove there from Reese, and Collier tries to shove her back, but doesn't get back in time. Did that go? That did go. So you see that play right there. That was one of the moments throughout the course of this game. One of several moments throughout the course of this game.
The change was astounding. After making the game-winning clutch shot, Napheesa didn't just celebrate with her teammates. Instead, she headed straight for Angel and yelled at her opponent. This wasn't the composed professional Napheesa we've come to expect. Instead, she was a player who had been building up competitive fire and decided that now was the ideal time to let it all out.
You can see the tweet embedded there. And Collier barks over in Reese's direction right after hitting that game winner, right after knocking down that shot. And, this was something that was going on a bunch, like I mentioned.
The total personality change we're seeing in real time is what makes this so fascinating. Throughout her career, Napheesa has been the quietest assassin on the court, letting her play speak for her while others make headlines with their personalities. However, something has changed within her, and it's showing in her new fiery demeanor that has fans gasping.
Napheesa, you don't see that often, but I guess we've seen her fired up ever since the finals loss, ever since the Lynx lost that game to the New York Liberty in, I would say, controversial fashion. I think that's fair to say. A little bit of controversial fashion in how that went down.
This revelation gives us a whole new perspective on what's driving her recent dominance in the Unmatched League. She's not just playing basketball, she's channeling emotional fuel that's been building since that devastating finals loss to the New York Liberty. In a recent interview that explains everything we just saw, Napheesa actually admitted that I felt a lot of anger. Oh, it's still something that I use to motivate myself even now. I feel like it has pushed me to be honestly a better player.
to the Liberty like?
Yeah, it was awful. I mean, I felt a lot of anger. I've not been, quiet about like how I felt about the finals. So I was riding on anger for a really long time. And it's still something that like I used to motivate myself even now. I mean, I feel like it has pushed me to be honestly a better player because in the way that I play, I feel like I never want to be in that situation again where I'm having to complain about the refs, which everyone.
Her admission that I perform better when I'm angry because it helps me focus was even more telling. This is exactly what we saw during her confrontation with Angel. The intensity and trash talk weren't merely an emotional outburst. Rather, it was Napheesa's calculated strategy to maintain herself in the competitive zone where she performs at her peak.
I want it to be where we're winning by so much it doesn't matter what the refs are calling. And so I think it's changed my mindset and the way that I see the game, honestly, and it's made me a better player because of it.
Angry for how long? Like, how did you, anger is just information. So what is it that you're doing with this anger and how long are you stewing in it?
I think it's changed my mentality, honestly. It's made me more mentally strong. And so during the games, I feel like sometimes I would like coast a little bit where you have, quarters or a couple of minutes where you're like, you don't need to be involved. And, you're just kind of like LeBron at the end again, like swinging the ball, stuff like that. Now I just feel super locked in. Like I want to make sure that I'm contributing to the team. It doesn't even have to be scoring, but like I need to be going out there and I need to be playing great defense. I need to be getting rebounds, whatever it is.
Right now, Angel's dissatisfaction shows itself in the eroding basics, and the contrast between these two stars couldn't be more stark. It seems as though Napheesa is going in the opposite direction because they have managed to channel her competitive rage into laser-like focus. In terms of psychology, while Napheesa gains a new level of mental toughness, Angel loses control. What's crazy is how Napheesa has taken over the league, which is unmatched. She's not just playing, she's dominating, winning the one-on-one tournament, and making a name for herself as possibly the best player in the entire competition. When she takes the court, there's an air of certainty that her loss in the finals didn't break her. Rather, it made her even more dangerous.
Not only did the Lynx get screwed in the Game 5 of the WNBA Finals a bit, I'm with Napheesa and Cheryl Reeve there, but her secret is that she's always angry. But you can see it carrying over. Not necessarily the anger toward Angel Reese or whatever you want to call that in that moment, but that competitive spirit from Napheesa Collier, where she's like, I'm going to show y'all, right? And she's done that in Unrivaled. She's been the best player in Unrivaled.
Suddenly, the basketball community is witnessing a totally new Napheesa. This competitive force who isn't scared to square up against the sport's most vocal characters and then support it by outperforming them when it counts most, has taken the sûre place of Collier, the quiet, under-the-radar superstar who went about her business with little fanfare.
She won the one-on-one tournament in Unrivaled. So she has the bragging rights to say, this is my league. I mean, obviously she can go back and say she co-founded the league.
Consider the implications for future games between these two. Angel now understands that, in addition to being able to outscore Napheesa, she is also prepared to participate in the mental warfare that Angel usually wins. This is a total reversal of the dynamic that many anticipated, where Angel would have the psychological edge and Napheesa would only concentrate on basketball fundamentals.
It does appear as if she's bringing that edge to everything she's doing on the basketball court, everything she's doing out on the floor. And I hope she gets rewarded for that. I hope she gets rewarded for that with more notoriety and attention going forward, because she's truly one of the great ambassadors of the game. Truly, one of the best players, arguably the best player in the game on that short list. I think right now, to me, that list is only Collier, Clark, and Wilson. And we'll see how that shakes out going forward into next WNBA season.
Social media is overflowing with videos of Napheesa's trash talk moment, and many people are shocked to see this side of her. The fans are also consuming this rivalry. Napheesa. As basketball fans attempted to comprehend this personality shift from one of the most renowned professionals in the game to the unmatched league, the term Collier became one of the most popular ones. This new rivalry is pure gold, involving two of the biggest names in women's basketball and real competitive tension that is leaking into visible 1C. The league organizers must be thrilled to observe these heated personal conflicts because court drama is impossible to create. Make their product better. Basketball beyond exhibition.
It was a nice little moment at Unrivaled because I think people want to see that. They want to see a little bit of that. They want to see that, okay, these players are playing for something. By the way, Unrivaled announced the winners on the championship team. The players are each going to get 50 grand.
What we're witnessing between Angel Reese and Napheesa Collier isn't just basketball. It's the kind of genuine rivalry that's giving women's basketball a new lease on life. Their most recent matchup drew enormous viewership, and it's clear why. This isn't staged drama, but rather genuine competitive fire that has fans enthralled with the unmatched league. This rivalry exemplifies the intensity and spirit of competition that viewers seek, as demonstrated by the sharp increase in attendance. During their games, fans are kept interested by the gripping storyline created by the body language and trash talk intensity. Will Angel rediscover her rhythm following this difficult performance? Or is Napheesa building dominance and their next battle is already underway? Buzz, please share your predictions below. This rivalry is just what women's basketball needed to gain more attention and supporters.